I'm like, no, I can't, this doesn't work for me somewhere. I know in my heart that there's something different. And so my journey has taken me into the shadow places, because in the shadows, down in the underworld, are held our incredible magnificence. The treasures that are there in my own life, what I've discovered by delving into the shadows is, in me there lives a volcano, that I'm very, I have this ability to be passionate and full of rage at the same time, and that to actually not hide that away has been so important, that most of us get born into this world and then hide pieces of us away in order to be loved, in order to be accepted, in order to be acknowledged in our families, in our society. And so we're born this beautiful, round, full of energy being, light being, and by the time we get to our 20s, we're just a slither of who we used to be, because we've had to adjust ourselves in order to be loved, in order to be accepted, and in order to be acknowledged. And so my journey from the age of about 20-something has been to get those parts of me back. And in order to do that, I've had to go and visit with the parts of me that have been held in the underworld that were deemed not acceptable by my family. It's been an awesome journey. And it's there, for me, has been the treasure. And where I am, now, it's having gone through, trawled myself through the shadow places. Now I'm able to be more fully who I came to be. And really, that's what I teach through all the workshops, the medicine wheel. That's what I teach, how to be your authentic self. And that, for me, is what shamanism, the underlying business of shamanism, is all about.
Chris, I was going to say, is shamanism really about wholeness and balance? Is that a really important aspect of shamanism?
Yes, absolutely. That it's recovering your wholeness. It's allowing yourself to be totally in balance, that you can hold the energies of the light and the dark together. In the light on one hand and the dark on the other, one foot in one world and one foot in the other. And sometimes it feels like you're walking a knife's edge, that it's on a balance rope, that you walk with these two energies. I think you could say the masculine and the feminine dance, those energies dance within all of us. And to be able to hold them both in complete balance, so that the masculine energy allows you to take yourself out in the world, and the feminine energy allows you to come back into that place of receptivity and stillness. And that the dark allows you to find a juice in your life, and that the light helps you to bring that juice and really manifest it onto the earth.
So, Chris, can you tell me a little bit about the rites and techniques and processes that shamans use in your tradition?
Yeah, okay. So in the Inca tradition, to give you just a little bit of background, in this tradition, our work comes from the Laika, the medicine men and women. Laika means long hairs. And they were in Peru at the time of the conquistadores. What happened was the Laika, the medicine men and women, went up into the Andes, high up into the Andes, to hold sacred. And that word sacred really interests me because it's secret. The root of sacred is secret. And so they held secret or sacred the teachings, waiting for the time when the earth was ready to have them back. And so they held these processes and these series of initiations up in the high Andes. And they only really came down maybe 25, 30 years ago when Alberto was in Peru, and he thought he'd found them, and actually they said to him, "You're the one we've been waiting for." And so what Alberto's done is pulled together the old threads of these ancient processes and rewoven them into a beautiful tapestry of work. So in the south work, in the south direction, so remember that medicine wheel, everything is done through the medicine wheel. In the south, when we talk about our letting go of our personal stories, the stories that we've become addicted to and actually we get really fed up of after a while, we learn the illumination process. The illumination process brings light to the chakras, and for the Inca, when the chakras light up, we become like this rainbow. it's the same in the Indian tradition, the Vedic traditions, that the chakras shine like a rainbow. And so the illumination process allows the luminous energy field to be illuminated, lit up, cleaned out, cleared out, and all those old stories kind of given to the past, so that as you step into your becoming, into your future self, you're clear of those old stories. They don't hold you anymore. And then we stepped then into the West, into that place of Jaguar. And then the processes that we learn then are extraction, how to extract that which no longer serves you. Most of us hold energies in our bodies, in our tissues, in our cells that coalesce into kind of crystalline energies that can appear like daggers, that being stabbed into the back in it's almost like the walking wounded, but it's invisible. We don't see them. So we learn through this how to see and feel and sense these lumps of energy that stop us from moving freely in our lives. And then also to extract entities that are energies that have attached themselves to us, often past relatives, ancestors, people who are, meaning well to help us, but actually we end up living their lives, not ours. So in the West, we learn how to extract all of these things. So it already feels like we're clearing up our energy field, doesn't it, as you go into the South and illuminate, and into the West and extract. And then the North is soul retrieval. This is where we learn how to pull back, reclaim those parts of us that truly are who we came to be. And then in the East, we learn the death rites. So those are beautiful processes that allow us to come into our becoming. And as shaman, we do these processes on others. We learn the techniques and tools to give it to others, to bring it out in the world. But it's really important also to have these healing modalities available to ourselves too.